For 47 long years, the expansionist and Islamist regime in Tehran has waged a savage, one-sided war against America. They didn't always declare it openly, except for their constant chants of death to America. They did it through the blood of our people. Car bombs in Beirut, rocket attacks on our ships, murders at our embassies, roadside bombs in Iraq and Afghanistan, funded and armed by Iranian Quds Force and IRGC killers. My generation of veterans carry the names of brothers who never came home. Brothers butchered by Iranian-backed roadside bombs and well-armed militias, thousands of our own. We didn't start this war, but under President Trump, we are finishing it. Their war on Americans has become our retribution against their Ayatollah and his death cult.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 3rd, it's March, it's 2028. All those things are debatable, but that's what we're presented with, so that's what we're going to run with. Now, I'm out in Death Valley right now, and I've got my cameras up because I'm videotaping C-130 helicopters and Little Bird helicopters landing and over in the desert, which I would assume is training, but then I'm seeing cars coming to meet the helicopters. I got it on video. I'll run it tomorrow because I'll run it after I'm not here, because that would be really unwise. I'm just watching a video about this, and here they are. He ain't supposed to be out here, man. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, I just got blasted. They just hit me. Camera won't focus. I see it. I'm freehanding this, so remember that. So, Black Hawk and a Little Bird. And the Black Hawk disappeared. No, he didn't. He's right there. Out in the middle of nowhere. What are the odds I'm here right now while this is occurring? There he is. Now they're training. Touchdown, liftoff. My bad, I was looking for the little bird. This is the middle of nowhere. I mean, I'm camping right here, you know what I mean? And I just noticed the choppers come in. Sorry for the shaky camera, but I got no tripod. I just pulled my camera out real quick. I was looking for the little bird, waiting for him to fly over me and hit me with a missile or a directed energy weapon. There's vehicles down there, or people, one of the two. All right, time to... But it's crazy. I'm looking at one right now. Black Hawk helicopter. All right, so here's the gist of it. Right now, we are at war. Marco Rubio has come out and said, well, Israel was going to strike Iran, and we can't stop them.
Did you tell lawmakers that there was an imminent
There absolutely was an imminent threat, and the imminent threat was that we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, that they would immediately come after us. And we were not going to sit there and absorb a blow before we responded, because the Department of War assessed that if we did that, if we waited for them to hit us first after they were attacked, and by someone else, Israel attacked them, they hit us first, and we waited for them to hit us, we would suffer more casualties and more deaths. We went proactively in a defensive way to prevent them from inflicting higher damage. Had we not done so, there would have been hearings on Capitol Hill about how we knew that this was going to happen, and we didn't act preemptively to prevent more casualties and more loss of life.
So if they struck Iran, Iran was going to retaliate against us, so we just went in there, right? Shut up, man. Shut up. We could stop Israel if Israel didn't own our country. Israel owns our country. We are watching what is being termed by military as Armageddon. The military is coaching their soldiers and saying this is the Battle of Armageddon. I mean, are you kidding me? So this is the Newsweek article, and it says U.S. commander said Trump anointed by Jesus to attack Iran. Report. This is Newsweek. Some U.S. military leaders are telling troops that the war in Iran is part of God's divine plan featuring President Trump and Jesus. President Trump and Jesus. According to a religious freedom advocacy group, in response to Newsweek's request for a comment on the matter, the Pentagon boasted Trump's actions in Iran. This is insane, utterly insane, because that's just what Jesus would want right now, is to just kill as many people as you possibly can. And all of this is going to finally bring war home to America. Straight up. You'll see it soon if it already hasn't started. I believe there's one story, but I don't know the validity of it, but I'll show it to you right now.
And as you said, stunning and scary indeed. So, Pierre, in this heightened environment of security and this threat environment, what are officials telling you?
Well, one of the things we're seeing is a direct response to what's happening overseas. Number one, the FBI alerted all their counterterrorism and counterintelligence teams to be on high alert. The Department of Homeland Security held a conference call with police from around the country. They're warning about the potential for sympathizers and others to potentially act out, although that has not been the case in the past. They're not ruling it out. Also, the Secret Service yesterday began to expand the security around, obviously, President Trump, Vice President Vance, and also all the living former presidents as well. So you see direct response to, again, the potential that there could be some kind of violent reaction to what we're seeing happening in Iran.
This is either a lone wolf attack or it's a sleeper cell, probably the former. But nonetheless, there's 2 people dead and 14 wounded, and it's disgusting and it's awful. We're in this situation where we want to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Being that we're an open society, and unfortunately millions of people under the last administration crossed the border illegally, and the majority of those weren't even from Mexico. They were from everywhere else in the world. And there were an increased number of Russians, Chinese, Iranians, et cetera, that did cross the border illegally. Some of them, by just law of averages, are going to have a loyalty, unfortunately, to their mother country, and they may act. And we need to be prepared for such a contingency.
And this comes as we know there is an elevated threat environment and heightened security across the country.
Today, the scenario that played out is both stunning and scary. They described a suspect driving up in a large SUV, firing out the window at people on the street, then at some point parking the vehicle, exiting the vehicle, and then continuing to fire his weapon. With so many injured, as you saw, and 3 dead before being killed himself by the police. Obviously, there were things, again, to quote the FBI official, there were things on his person and in his vehicle that point to terrorism. We're in the process of digging into that, trying to find out more details about precisely what that was. But you're right. This comes at a moment when we are in a heightened alert because of the ongoing conflict, U.S. military campaign in Iran, and U.S. officials have been concerned that there could be spin-off violence, if you will. People who are reacting to what they're seeing overseas. And again, that possibility is being investigated as we speak.
I mean, Khamenei, he was a religious figure. We don't know if this attack was associated, but it very well may be. But the fact is, this isn't a representation of how most people from that region feel. The Iranian people, they fear their own rulers more than our own military. They hate, their own oppressive rulers than anyone else. And we may see more attacks like this. We have to be vigilant. There are proxy groups everywhere that are looking for ways to harm Americans and hurt Americans. And but the fact of the matter is, overall, there are images right now showing most Iranians and most Shias celebrating today, not because of war, but because they hate their own rulers more than anyone else. That's a sign that we're striking, not just at their military, we're striking at the legitimacy of a brutal regime. The Iranian people want better relationships with the West. They have the potential to be our biggest ally. I think it's important we collectively separate the terrorist regime from that of the majority Iranian people. These people have spent decades, trying to hurt us. And so the fact is, again, we just need to remain vigilant in the wake of these strikes.
Iran's foreign minister did not mention Gulf countries in his remarks. Iran continues to attack them. For now, those countries remain on defense. And tonight, Qatar says they have arrested 2 cells of IRGC members in their country. John?
And I'm not going to waste time on, guys, I've been scanning through the, YouTube and such today, and people are talking about things like, clones. What's his name? Jim Carrey. Listen, they're doing this, and all the wealthy people, Jeff Bezos, all the wealthy people are going to put out their clones or body doubles right now while they go underground. They didn't spend billions of dollars to make underground bunkers to not go underground. This is the time right now. This is literally happening. Our military is telling the troops, this is the Battle of Armageddon. Why would you say that? Iran hasn't attacked another country since the year 500 and something. We're in 2026, if anyone's paying attention. Iran has signed the non-proliferation treaty saying we won't make nukes. Iran didn't want to make nukes. Israel, on the other hand, refused to sign it and is claiming they have nuclear weapons. Now, whether any of that's true or not, it doesn't matter. It's all part of the play. So how come Israel never got called up on that? How come Israel is attacking YouTubers because they just happen to be showing that thousands of Hasidic Jews are living in New York and New Jersey and living off welfare and having 12 and 15 kids? What are they doing? They're outbreeding us. That's what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? Why is Tyler Oliveira getting attacked for this? It's insane. It's utterly insane. All the experts are saying Iran is going to do an attack on the banks. Of course it's going to be the banks. You know what I'm saying? So does it make sense now when I tell you get your money out of the bank? Your money that's in the bank is worthless. It's fiat paper or it's ones and zeros. If you've got a 401k or an IRA, turn it into gold and silver now because gold is at 5,000 and it will continue to climb. Because if they knock out the banks, oops, nothing we can do. We're at war, or we're not exactly at war, or we are. We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything anymore. This isn't bad political moves. This is the move to get to the New World Order. They need to kill as many people as they possibly can, and man, they are on it. They're doing it no problem whatsoever at all, and this will make its way to the shores of America, whether it's by the hand of Iran or it's our government, like it always is, saying it was Iran. But neither. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Our military is spread out so thin right now. It's ridiculous. We've lost 3 F-15s to friendly fire.
This morning, 3 American fighter jets crashing in Kuwait. U.S. officials saying the crews all survived and that the jets were mistakenly shot down by Kuwaiti air defenses in a friendly fire incident during active combat with Iran. It is also in Kuwait where the United States suffered its first casualties in this rapidly expanding war. 2 U.S. officials telling NBC News yesterday that at least 3 American service members were killed and 5 seriously wounded by an Iranian attack. President Trump acknowledged the deaths and said the war would continue until all its objectives are achieved.
We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is.
Israel and the United States are pounding Iran around the clock, targeting its military and leadership, killing Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The Pentagon saying the U.S. so far has hit around 1,000 targets. And there are civilian casualties. Iran says more than 100 were killed in a strike on a girls' school in Iran. The U.S. military says it's looking into the report. And in Israel, at least 9 people were killed by an Iranian ballistic missile in the town of Beit Shemesh, outside of Jerusalem. Iran is firing at Israel and across the Middle East. Bahrain, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates among the countries that reported new attacks just this morning. An oil tanker set on fire off the coast of Oman. And now the pro-Iranian militant group Hezbollah has joined the war as well, firing rockets overnight from Lebanon into northern Israel. Israel returning fire, killing several dozen people, according to Lebanon's health ministry. And there are some emerging signs that this conflict could spiral out of control. In Baghdad yesterday, and Iran has tremendous amount of influence in Iraq, large pro-Iranian crowds tried to storm the so-called Green Zone and swarm the U.S. embassy. Craig?
Because Iran probably shot him down, and they're blaming it on friendly fire. We've already lost $1 billion radar station. And every single, country around Iran and Israel that we got your back. Anything happens, we got your back. Well, they're being hit by missiles right now for something that never had to happen whatsoever at all. It's like they want a world war. Do you see what I'm saying? Remember when I told you the New World Order wasn't coming? It's here. It's just getting its foothold, getting everything straightened out. This is one of the things that they must absolutely do. I saw Anonymous put out a video saying, they wouldn't attack the Shah of the Ayatollah. The Ayatollah was a man, okay? The Ayatollah was actually moderate. He kept everybody in check. The people that are in charge now, the people that didn't die, they're the problem people. And here we go. You know what I'm saying? The Ayatollah actually sat down with a group of his friends. They knew they were going to get bombed. They didn't go hide underground. They died a martyr. The most powerful weapon they could possibly use against us, and they did. The red flag of revenge is flying from the highest mosques in Iran right now. I am freezing my butt off out here. The desert is cold. My truck's been down for a couple of days. My steering rack had to be replaced, and it took quite a while. But this is it. This is happening right now. We don't know when they're going to start hacking us. We don't know how many more attacks, but it's going to be nonstop, never-ending. They're just going to keep turning the page, turning the page, turning the page. Israel owns our country. You need to understand that. They own the media. They own everything. Somebody I was just recently talked to, very random, happened to check his name, and the only person that's been looking on his name on Google was Israel. How crazy is that, dude? How crazy is that? Get your money out of the bank, okay? I'm saying this because I love you guys, for the most part. And I meet all you guys. And you need to be in prayer. You need to be prepared. And you need to have some sort of medium. They're going to steal your 401k and IRA. Get it out of the bank now while you can, because this could happen any day now. This is the last time I'm going to say this. I'm pretty sure. Things are going to get ugly fast. They actually already are. At any rate, Richie from Boston. I got to try to upload this in the dark, in the desert, with all sorts of military activity. Smart. I'm out. Oh, if you don't hear from me again, refer to the beginning of my video. It'll make sense. I'm out. And I'm not kidding.